Hi and welcome to this Ultimate Full Spectrum Healing. I'm BDevine and hopefully this is going to be one of the best healings that you have done to release and remove absolutely anything that you need right now. I'm going to be talking with you as we are going through the healing process today about the different areas of your aura and the corresponding chakras, as well as the organs and the different emotions that you may feel and anxieties that you may have because of things being unbalanced. And as we go through this process today, know that you are going to be supported, you're going to be protected, and you're going to feel a huge difference in the energy and the way that your energetic systems work for you. I believe that this can be useful for anyone who wants to flush anything out of their body, who wants to repair long-held problems, either on a physical level, an emotional level, spiritual level, or any type of energy release that you need today. You are going to be supported in this release. And all you have to hold for any healing to take place is a deep intention of that occurring. To listen to the words that are used, to open your heart to resolve these issues once and for all. Illness is caused by an unfulfilled longing within us. The bigger the illness or the deeper the illness, the deeper the longing that we have. So it's like somehow, somewhere, you've forgotten who you are and what your purpose is. You've forgotten and disconnected from your purpose or your creative energy from your core. And what we are left with is a symptom of this. A symptom of depleted energy, an unbalanced energy within you because of, most likely, childhood issues or even from past life events. So when we're doing this today, even though it's not specifically made for each person that's listening to it, I believe that the universe is going to create it so that each one of your issues come to the forefront of your mind, where you will say to yourself, this is how I feel. This is what's happened to me. This is what my body's going through. And by acknowledging those things, you can also have deep healing. Because of this process, you will also have a lot of reflection about the things that have happened to you in your life. Some things nobody knows about. Some things you haven't ever talked about before. And you may recognize some emotions or thought processes that you have that you didn't even realize were causing an imbalance in the amount of light and energy that is coursing through your body, thus causing an unbalanced energy and increase in certain symptoms, anxieties, and problems. As a healer, someone who helps you to heal yourself, I have a mission and a desire for everybody in the world to be free and happy and healthy, and at the very least have an understanding of why something is ailing you to begin with. And if you've discovered that you're not very well, if you've discovered that things aren't balanced within you, if you felt lost and alone, then this is the space to clear it today. And you can use this recording at any time you feel that you need it. Right now, we're going to begin this process with making sure that we are protected, that we give permission for this healing to occur, that we are grounding, and that we're bringing in a team of cosmic physicians that are dedicated to this work today, that have been called upon to help to redesign your own physical body and help you to release once and for all. Remembering that it's always going to be up to you. You could decide to reject all of the healing that you've had. You could be feeling amazing after this and become frightened of not having issues in your body because you're so used to that. In which case, go back and do this a few times just to get yourself used to the idea of having a life without these issues and learning to live in a higher frequency. We're also going to bring in violet flame angels as well, and these transmute any energy that's leaving you. We will be touching on different dimensions that could also be affecting your physical body, but for the most part we are focusing on this plane, this physical body, and all of the feelings and symptoms, sensations and anxieties and PTSDs and worries and issues and hurts and stresses in this physical body and how it's affecting your ability to live free. Some of you have asked for certain things to be in your divine blueprint. Please know that if this is part of your divine blueprint to go through certain challenges, then that is not going to be removed unless you give it permission to happen. If you feel like you've learned all of your life lessons, and if you feel like you're ready for the next phase of your journey to begin, then this is going to be perfect for you as well. If you've taken some kind of pharmaceutical, drug, or any other types of drugs, if you've been someone who has lived with depression or lived with chronic pain in your body, fibromyalgia, chronic immune issues, any type of physical issues, mental issues, spiritual issues, if you feel like you can't connect with the divine, there's reasons for everything. And we're going to go through pretty thoroughly what those reasons could be. And if on reflection you feel it in your body as I'm speaking about something, even if you weren't consciously aware of it, allow for those feelings and just intend that they're leaving you, that you understand them and they leave. It doesn't mean to say that throughout your life you will not have to monitor those energies and rebalance your body from time to time. But it'll just be a lot easier by having this reset. I encourage you to share this with anybody and everybody that you can think of, as my gift to the world is this healing path. And I want everyone to be able to have that opportunity to heal in the deepest of ways. You will also have to heal your mindset, heal past beliefs, heal the way that you've been brought up, heal the doubts that you've had, and this will show you where they're located in your body. Some pretty amazing stuff. The first thing that we're going to do, as I said, is an opening declaration, making sure that you are in a space of receiving the deepest healing. Some of the symptoms you may receive for the next 2 days after this healing is soreness, tiredness. You may feel hungry or thirsty. You may have extremes of sleepiness or feeling really energetic, or you may just feel amazing. But I always have to say that if the more that is healing out of you, sometimes the worse you feel, because your body has held itself, your mind has held itself in a certain way for so long. When you have this release, there's going to be residual soreness. However, nothing should last more than 48 hours, and if it does, you go and see somebody. Okay, so let's get started with our opening declarations, and you can use crystals. You can have a candle on, you can have incense in your room, But please don't allow yourself to be disturbed while this is going on for at least an hour. As sovereign beings of light, we hereby give permission for our higher selves, our spiritual light team, and the angels of the violet flame, the cosmic physicians, and all beings of light that are dedicated today to healing once and for all the entirety of who we are in the ultimate full spectrum healing. This will include all areas of our body, mind, soul, and spirit. We are protected by the triple shield of protection of blue, pink, and gold light, and nothing that is negative can penetrate this shield of light. We are placed in a pyramid of these colors, connecting us deep into the center of the earth and deep into the center of the universe, anchoring our energy. And we give permission for the release of things that have been holding us back, perhaps from day one in our life. We give permission for changes to occur and bring us into a brand new frequency and vibration, supported in love and light, opening up a new chapter of our own divine blueprint and allowing for the deepest healing to occur, not only within ourselves, but throughout our family lineage and the world. And we give thanks that this is happening, it's already occurring, and the healing is already beginning just by listening today. Now, as we're going along, I'm going to be talking with you about different aspects of each area of your body. Okay. The first thing that we need to do is understand the hara and the haric level in our body. So beneath the human energy field is this haric level. Okay, so beneath our aura is the haric level. And this is where we hold intentions. And they have tremendous importance for us throughout our creative processes. And when we have, unconscious, mixed, or opposing intentions, we fight against ourselves all the time. But we learn to align our intentions not only within ourselves, but also with the immediate group of people with whom we work, and also with the larger group that serves it, and so on and so on. So we're tapping into absolutely tremendous creative energies and abilities. And beneath this level is the dimension of the central core of our being. And this is what we call the core star. This is the level of our inner source. It is like the divinity that's within us. And it is from the inner source that all creativity from within resides. So the full natural creative process requires the emergence of energies and consciousness from the core star up through all the 4 dimensions. Now the 4 dimensions are the physical, the auric field, the hara, and the core star. Now, your hara energy, which goes right back in time and it's been called many different names as well, is connected into the center of the earth and the center of your being as well. And once this is opened up in energy, once this level is completely open, the hara, the energy of the core star, the energy of your physical self, and the aura all together, which we're doing today, those people who have a lot of issues with their spine, for example, may notice that it feels very, very good very instantly. Remembering that the bioenergy fields as well, the aura, the human energy field, this is what healers use to describe those kinds of energy fields. But underneath it all, we have this higher energy of the Hara and the core star. Now we're going to be activating those points today, which will really activate your creativity and your fuller potentials. We do know also that there are 7 levels of the human energy field or your aura. And each of these levels of the aura are connected to the 7 chakras. Isn't that amazing? All right, so when they're imbalanced, there are certain things that you will experience. And I'm going to go through some of those things today. So what we will do is we will ask for the energies that are with us, our spiritual light team and the angels of support that are here, the angels of the violet flame, all those who are connected with you, to begin to work on your Hara and core star. And the Hara line is just a couple of fingers width from your navel, from your belly button, sorry. And the Hara and the core star chakra are right in around that area. And when they activate, a lot of warmth is going to move through your body. So don't be surprised if you're feeling that occur just as this begins to activate for you. So we repair each part of the 7 layers of the aura and its connection to the 7 chakras, all the bodily organs and functions that are in there. And we are creating a balance with our intentions. Remembering that your creative energy is also going to be magnified as well. And we give permission now for the activation of the Hara and the core star. Now. And just breathe. And we're going to move into, while this is happening behind the scenes, we're moving into the first level of the aura, which is physical sensation. So all physical sensations, painful or pleasurable, come from the first level of your auric field, which is the energy that's surrounding you, okay? Now, this particular level of your aura, it is within your physical being and holds all of your organs together. So if your first level of your aura is out of balance, there can be all kinds of issues that happen with heaviness in the body and feelings of lethargy and fatigue and all those sorts of things. And can also start the process of any kind of discomfort throughout your entire body. So if this is extremely important, if the first level of your aura is distorted in any way, then this can magnify the painful energy within your body. So it's really important that we balance this as well. So wherever there's pain in your body, there's a direct correlation of dysfunction within the first level of this auric field. And this tends to be fine and thin. As I said, it's a light aqua blue color. And it can be thicker and more coarse, more blue for strong and robust people as well. So the more you connect to your body and you take care of it and you're exercising, the stronger and the more developed this area can be. So if you have a very strong first level, as it seems here, then you might have a very strong physical body and enjoy all the pleasurable physical sensations that go with it, right? But when there are damage here, and when there's a dysfunction in this area, it causes problems in the will to live. Feel like you just don't want to be here. Feel disconnected. If there's been trauma at birth or early physical hardship, preventing proper anchoring into the earth, or physical abuse at a very, very young age that was life-threatening. Now, this may be known to you or unknown to you. If there was damage to the spine at any time, you may find even now that you can't connect, it's very hard to ground, you feel all over the place, and it can develop into a lot of physical problems. Lack of physical energy, adrenal fatigue, distrust of people. And later on you might get arthritis or have autoimmune issues or have anxiety over physical touch, etc. The trust energy is gone. And this is affecting the adrenals, the tailbone, your physical vitality. And this anxiety physically affects you and can cause imbalance everywhere else. So, you can see that the needs on the first level of your aura are very, very powerful. And you don't want to have a physical body that's weak and always having problems. You want to be able to enjoy yourself. You want to be free from any physical restrictions. And we want to make sure that right now, if any of these things have happened to you, if any of these areas of weakness seem like it's affecting you, or maybe just one or two things that I said, let's get rid of it. Let's balance this energy right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to imagine, because we're working with the first chakra as well as the first level of our aura, we're just going to imagine that we're breathing in the color red. We're breathing it in from our very bottom of our tailbone. Just imagine yourself even squeezing that area, breathing in red. And we invite the red angel to move forward and a blue angel for our level of our aura to come forward now, adjusting the frequency of our first aura layer within it and just around you as well, balancing all these grid lines. Let's just trust that they're doing it, okay? Just breathe. And we say that it is safe for you to connect and be here with the earth and the physical body. Any trauma from the past, any trauma from your childhood, any physical discomfort, we're getting rid of it right now and allowing pure white light to be spun through all of these areas and fix any problems that were causing a dysfunction. Now we just trust that this is taking place. And we make a statement. We're going to make this statement after every single section that we look at. I hereby release any negative vibration and anxiety now in all dimensions. I give permission for repair on the deepest levels, known and unknown, immediately, in all directions of time and space, unlocking energy and releasing energy no longer needed, and it is done. And we're going to just allow these angels to just continue to work, because the moment that you acknowledge something that you're feeling is the moment that healing can release inside your body. So be honest with yourself during this process. Nobody needs to know. Okay? And breathe. Now, we're moving on to the second level of your auric field. And also the second chakra, which is the orange chakra, the navel chakra. And this affects usually the ovaries or your reproductive system as well. And the second chakra also relates to sexuality and allowing your feelings to flow. So the way that this looks, this auric level, it looks very, very colourful. So the cloud is like clouds of colours, colourful energy flowing along the structure of the first level of the aura, right next to it. And it should look like that. It just should look like beautiful colours. And this is all about how you feel about yourself, believe it or not. And if you allow feelings to flow, even if you're having some negative things and you're having some positive things, if you're allowing them to come out when they need to, as soon as you feel them, then everything is clear. Otherwise, if you choose not to have feelings about yourself, and I'll explain this in a moment, but if you choose, I'm not going to say anything, I'm not going to bring that up, right? If you choose not to have those feelings about yourself, the flow becomes stagnant, dark clouds instead of bright, colourful clouds. And it affects the other layers of the aura as well. So as soon as one layer is disconnected, all the others become affected too. All right, so we're balancing all of them today. And it blocks light from reaching the navel chakra area. And if you feel dislike towards yourself intensely, or you feel depressed, it's related to the stop of these feelings flowing, where you just don't say anything, or you don't acknowledge your feelings about yourself, about anything. So the second chakra also relates to sexuality, as we said, and how you allow feelings to flow. So if you've been abused sexually in your life, if you've been raped by a person, mistreated sexually by a partner, had invasive medical procedures, then this energy could be damaged, and later in life you might be the type of person that has a lack of interest in intimacy, sexual perversion, feel like you can't conceive, don't like to take your clothes off, for your partner, feel uncomfortable in your skin, feel nervous anxiety around this. You might also have unfortunate energies of prostate or ovarian cancer or issues of inflammation, pelvic inflammatory disease. And the anxiety may arise because of a sense of rejection and abuse. Fear and PTSD can arise, and abstinence or failed relationships because you can't really trust. Why? Because you haven't had a flow of energy. You haven't been able to express your feelings when someone was abusing you in some way. Perhaps when you were very small, what you said didn't get heard. When you cried out for help, didn't feel like anybody was listening. So therefore you just stopped having a flow of feelings that was healthy. And we're getting rid of this today. Lower back issues, hips, pelvis, bladder, immune system is highly affected by this area. And we need to allow healing to occur. Okay? I want you to breathe while I'm talking about this kind of thing, because sometimes there are issues where something from a past life or something that has been hidden, something that you were only curious about or had short memories about, or felt like you might have dreamed some kind of abuse at some time. And it doesn't always have to be sexual abuse. It can be any type of abuse that made you feel like you couldn't trust and made you feel like you couldn't express your feelings even to yourself, okay? If you've had multiple relationships and they have failed because of problems that arise through feelings, or problems that arise through intimacy, or if you feel there's a lack of trust, then this is also something that needs to heal within you as well. Because you need to be able to enjoy being with yourself and feel comfortable with yourself. And when these first and second layers of your aura are charged and vibrant, that's exactly how you feel. When they're weak and undercharged, then you really don't like yourself very much, and therefore you expect other people not to like you as well. And a vicious cycle can ensue. So what we're going to do is we are going to allow healing to occur and no longer blame myself. I am allowed to feel. I'm allowed to hurt. I release any negative vibration and anxieties now. I release the damage that was caused to my body, mind, and soul now. And I'm breathing in the color orange. And I see an angel who is also orange adjusting this energy right now. The more that you let go of, the more the adjustments can be made. And removing very old promises and vows and attachments, any type of spell or hex or curse in this area of your physicality. Any energy that goes generational energy, going back in time, something that everybody gets in the family. We're releasing this as well. Allow this to happen. Breathe in. Okay, allow the healing and adjustments to occur. Breathe out. And we know this is balanced with love, understanding, and pure white light, and forgiveness of myself. You need to forgive yourself on every level as we are moving through this today. And we say, I hereby release any negative vibration and anxiety now in all directions of time and space. And I give permission for repair on the deepest levels, known and unknown immediately, all directions of time and space, unlocking energy and releasing the energy that is no longer needed. And we know that it is done. It is being balanced as we speak. And just give yourself a little bit of a breather right now, especially on that level in particular. And we move into the third level of the aura, which is a yellowy, lemony color. And the chakra, of course, is the solar plexus. Now this is just underneath your rib cage, okay? Now this governs the stomach, the spleen, the liver, the pancreas, the kidneys. And the aura is focused on your clear thinking. Now this is going to be interesting for you as you're listening. Remember to breathe. You're being balanced as we speak. So the third level of our energy field, of our aura, is associated with our mental and rational world. The rational or intuitive mind as well. And if this is strongly charged, then you're going to have a strong, clear mind which serves you well. You'll be interested in learning. You want to know everything. If not, you'll find your mind chattering, and this chatter is negative. Now, negative self-judgments occur like feeling that you deserve to be hurt, you deserve to be sick, that you mess everything up, or you feel like you are in everyone's way, so you leave, or you go quiet, or you take the blame. And this affects those organs and areas of the stomach, the spleen, the liver, the pancreas, the kidneys. These are all affected by this, oh well, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. It's just easier to do that rather than cause a ruckus. And the negative thoughts that come in when this is all unbalanced is a chattering in your brain. Like, no wonder this is happening to you. Or it's because you're stupid that this is occurring. Or you know that people now think that you're an idiot, right? You deserve to be that way. And every time you try to do something, you mess it up, you stupid person. And this is the way that you talk to yourself. You're a pain in the butt, so everyone knows it, so just be quiet, okay? These kind of things, this is taking the blame. And this affects you because then you expect everybody to see you that way, even when they don't. Now, the reason this comes here, the reason this is here in your face is because of control when you were a child, okay? You had controlling or emotionally manipulative people, parents, grandparents, family around you. And they would make you feel like you needed to take care of their needs all the time. So you turn inward and you become angry with yourself and hurt. And you blame and you hate and you expect others to dislike you. It's just a cycle that you go through throughout your life. Now remember, this is just coming from a very dysfunctional third level of your aura. It's coming from that being weak and then affecting the third chakra. These are always connected. If you have light going beautifully through that area, then you wouldn't feel this way, okay? But everyone can use a little bit of adjustment in all of these areas. So, you can expect things like high blood pressure, diabetes, indigestion, stomach pain or issues, inflammation, bloating, intolerances of all kinds, liver issues, food sensitivities, unexplained painful symptoms. Anxiety sits in a nervous stomach. And we need to balance this out. Because the way in which you judge yourself, so clearing these self-judgments will clear your way to find more ways to actually spoil yourself. Because you'll be able to ask more questions and be more open to receiving as well. When you self-judge, it keeps you from asking questions because you have filled in the answers with all this wrong information. So once we clear that information, the programming and the training that you've had as a child to put yourself last and put everybody else first, to have a sense of responsibility, you may have felt like you've been born into that. Once this leaves you and you clear all of this stuff, then you find out who you really are was not what you thought you were. In fact, you are far greater than you ever thought that you were. And sometimes this can bring in a sense of hurt again because of the way that you were treated. So what we want to do is bring a balance, okay? If there are still some things that you need to work out within yourself, then this is still going to make that process a whole lot easier. Because the self-judgment, the mind chatter, and the negative thought forms which lower your vibration and cause psychic attack to come on in. it causes problems. That'll all be gone and balanced. And if you need to keep coming back to rediscover parts of yourself, then please do so. So what we want to do right now is breathe in yellow light. Okay, so we're just going to try to breathe it into our solar plexus. Okay, breathe in the yellow light. Imagine a yellow colored angel standing right in front of you, working on you now. And they begin to adjust this frequency of the third level of the aura within you, in your chakra space, and around you as well. And we breathe this energy in. And we say, I am good enough and worthy of the best, regardless of what I've believed in the past. And I am confident and I am strong. And it is safe for me to be here. And we also say, I hereby release any negative vibration and anxiety now in all dimensions. I give permission for repair on all levels, known and unknown, immediately, in all directions of time and space, unlocking energy and releasing energy no longer needed. This area is balanced and spun with pure white light. And breathe. Remember that these particular angels are constantly just adjusting these frequencies and vibrations, okay? So you're going to feel better and better as we go along. Now, we move on to the fourth level of the human energy field. And this is connected to the heart. It's connected to circulation. Okay? It's connected to your drive and relationships. Okay? Now, so the fourth level of the auric field is usually called the bridge between your spiritual and material worlds. It's like a supporting energy here. From this level, we interact with people, animals, plants, the earth, the sun, the stars, etc. Here we have feelings about each other. Now, if you have a strong and healthy and charged fourth level, then you'll tend to have a lot of strong, good relationships with other people. Your friends and family will make up a big and important part of your life. And you may like to be around a lot of people. Love and your heart are foremost in your life, right? Unfortunately, it's not the case for everybody. So the energy of the fourth level can be extended across the room to other people. This is kind of like where your empathy comes in, right? You get a sensation about somebody else. And some people go to the extreme of taking on another person's problems. So when two people interact, great streams of coloured, fluid-like bioplasma reach out from each to touch the other's field. If there's a lot of love in the interaction, there'll be a lot of sweet rose energy. If there's envy, it will be dark, it will be grey, it will be green, it will be slimy. If there's passion, the rose will have a lot of orange in it because of the second chakra, the sexual chakra, right? And so on. So the fourth level contains all the love and joy, as well as all the struggle and pain of relationships. So the more we interact with someone, the more energetic connections we can make with that person. So if your fourth level is weak and undercharged, your relationships with other human beings may be less important to you. You may be a loner. You may not have any or many intimate relationships with people. And if you do, you may have trouble with them or feel like relationships are more trouble than they are worth. And this sometimes happens after you've been in a bad situation. It's like, well, I'm not going to go back in that situation again. But you may feel overwhelmed by others because maybe people have a stronger vibration than you in this area. And so you feel kind of overpowered. And therefore your nervous anxiety will be felt right in the chest. Right? As soon as you are worried about other people's energy, how they think or how they're going to react to you, your chest will start to beat. So, if there are issues or problems on the fourth level, now remembering that the fourth level is connected to your heart area and your circulatory system as well. And if there are problems going on here, again, you may find it difficult to connect with other people in deeper relationships. You may find that you are unlovable, or you may feel that way. So most of the time a damage will be caused in the heart chakra area, and you get heart pain, palpitations, damage to the heart tissue, and unfortunately sometimes this turns into heart attack, right? Now, most people that I've worked with have a lot of energy coming out from the heart chakra. So if you imagine that there's a cord of energy that goes from your heart chakra out to any other person that you've ever been connected with in your life. And what about those particular connections being connected to, maybe you knew each other in a past life. Okay, away we go. The sacral area is where the past life stuff is. So there's a cord from the heart, cord into the sacral, or maybe you've had a sexual relationship. Okay, another cord into your navel chakra. Maybe this person caused you physical harm. Another cord connected into your first chakra. Now this cording system between the chakras can become extremely clogged, as you can imagine. And it's unhealthy because you'll randomly think of a person, you'll randomly think of a partner, you'll randomly think of a time of abuse, all because these particular cords perhaps have never been deactivated, or even better, dissolved. So what we are going to do is make sure that the energy is brought back into balance in your heart chakra, but we want to be extremely careful with this, okay? So some of the common things are, feeling like you are not powerful in any way, or feeling like you are unimportant in many ways. And also this area in the heart connects you to the divine. It connects you right in to the knowledge of the divine. So if this is blocked off, you also may feel disconnected from spiritual energy in itself. So what we're going to do now is we are going to release any kind of inflammation or problems or issues or grief or hurt from past relationships, hurt from our parents, of any direction, of any kind, and also guilt that can sit around this heart space. And we're going to release this energy, and we're going to imagine that we have a beautiful green energy around us. We're breathing in the color green right now, and try to breathe into your chest, okay? So just imagine green, breathing in green. And the beautiful angels of healing, and of course the green angels, come forward now to adjust this frequency. pull out all of these cords from this area, okay, and bringing it into balance, adjusting the frequency, dissolving those cords. So that's another thing that's occurring as you are listening. If there are any cords that are causing you to be pulled backwards in time and space, pulled back into feelings or triggered back into those things, we want to release this right now. So we're letting these angels adjust this frequency on the 4th level and in the 4th chakra, helping your circulation now and removing any inflammation around that perfect heart, and removing anything that may be attacking this heart space, any direction of time, space, knowing that this is continuing as you are listening. And breathe, most importantly. And what we say is, I hereby let go of any unhealthy relationships and any pain or grief that has been haunting me from this life or any lives. I am strong and powerful just how I am. And it is safe for me to be here. This area is balanced and spun with pure white light. I hereby release any negative vibrations and anxiety now in all dimensions of time and space. I give permission for the repair on all levels, known and unknown, immediately, all directions of time and space, unlocking energy and releasing energy no longer needed. And breathe. And we move on to the 5th level now, and the 5th level of your aura. And your 5th level of the aura is divine will. And at first it's a little bit confusing, because on the 5th level everything appears to be reversed, like a blueprint. So it is a template really for the 1st level of your aura field. Remember, that was aqua blue. And there is an empty slot or groove in the 5th level into which each blue line of light on the 1st level fits into, kind of like a grid line. And it's funny because this is how I see everybody's energy. If you are aligned with your divine will, then your 5th level will be strong and full of energy, and its pattern will fit the universal pattern of divine will. And you'll feel great power and connectedness with all that is around you, because you will be in your place with your purpose and synchronized with all places and purposes as well. So that your place in the universal scheme of things is determined and created by you on a deeper level within you, the haric level, which we have balanced now. So if it's strong, you'll be one of those people who understand and maintain order in your life. There's a place for everything and everything in its place. Your house might be neat and tidy, you're on time, you do your job well, no matter what. You sort of function really well in this way. But if you're not aligned with that, the pattern of the auric field on your 5th level will be distorted. It will not fit with this greater universal divine pattern, and you'll not feel connected with anything that's around you. You will really you will know neither your place in the universal scheme of things or your purpose. You'll feel like you don't know what your purpose in life is. How many times have you asked that, perhaps? So you'll not be orderly in your life. You'll not be interested in keeping things neat and clean. It won't really matter to you. It might even feel really hard to do that. You may feel scattered on all kinds of levels. You may not be able to meditate. You may not have any creative impulses. You may not have much of a relationship with divine will or this greater purpose in your life. Or you may feel like you're on the right track but then feel discouraged as well. So it can be really complicated on this level. So this is the level of the throat chakra. Isn't it amazing that this is part of where your divine will is? Instead of thinking to yourself, this is where I speak from, this is my truth. You need to figure out what your truth is and what your needs are on this level of your aura. So it is, the primary need is the divine will within you, to make a commitment to speak and follow your truth. So when there's problems with this fifth chakra chords, it is about secure trusting in a higher will of yourself and your relationships as well. And there can be damage in interactions regarding the truth and the higher will, as we said. So they can be carried over from past lives where you've been betrayed, or you might have betrayed others. They can be damaged in childhood because you're telling the truth to someone and no one believes you. Such as a parent or someone you're telling them, you're saying, this happened to me, and they are brushing it off, right? They can be damaged by parents who don't take responsibility for their role as a parent. And, for example, one of the roles of a father really is to protect the child from harm. But if the father doesn't protect the child and even takes his frustrations out on the child by physically mistreating or allowing physical mistreatment, or not believing when there has been physical mistreatment, or even not noticing the physical mistreatment, he is betraying the higher will of their relationship. And that way, the child won't have trust relationships with other males. On the other hand, if the child has a connection with their mother, and the mother is supposed to nurture, but she's only expecting you to nurture her and look after her and be there for her, disregarding your own energy and disregarding what you're going through, then you will not trust relationships with other females. There will always be a problem until this is corrected, right? And sometimes this cording or this chakra or this auric level is completely damaged. And sometimes what happens is the thyroid, it becomes hyperactive thyroid or goiter or misalignments in the neck and lung diseases. Okay, just from this divine will being completely shut off, and the people that were supposed to nurture or protect shutting you down. And this stops you from being able to say what you need to say, right? It really stops you. And remembering that this can also be from not being believed, and it can really, really be extremely damaging. And we need to balance this energy in the throat. A lot of people have had actual physical damage in the throat chakra by being strangled or having tonsils or surgery or some kind of issue. Maybe you always had a problem with your ear, nose and throat as well, right? So you may have to ask yourself, what is it that I need to say? What is it that I need to say to people who disagree with me? And what have I kept quiet about for many years? Why haven't I expressed what I believe? And you can just have that energy within yourself, knowing that this is going to be released. And we want to work with the color blue in this energy, okay? We're just going to breathe in the color blue, and we're going to see a blue angel beginning to adjust this frequency of the 5th chakra now, and the level of that aura, which connects to our divine will. And the damage that may have been caused throughout our lifetime, through trying to speak up for ourselves and being shut down, trying to live our life following our divine path and feeling scared of being prosecuted or persecuted, being scared of being shut down or not believed in. It's either coming from this life or any other lifetime. And we say, it feels good to speak my truth. I don't need anyone to believe my truth, as long as I hold intention of speaking it anyway. I am safe to be here, and this area is balanced and spun with pure white light. And I hereby release any negative vibration and anxiety now in all dimensions. And I give permission for repair on all the deepest levels, known and unknown, immediately, all directions of time and space, unlocking energy and releasing energy no longer needed. And so it is, and we just breathe in. Breathe in to your throat. It may be a little tickly from what we're talking about. And breathe out. Okay, just be gentle with yourself in this process as you are healing. These are big subjects that we are talking about. And there's so many more subcategories that we're just trusting are being taken care of as well. And these issues are moving behind you, okay? You're bringing yourself into a new vibration, completely healed on every level. Okay. And now we're moving into the 6th level of the human energy field and the 6th chakra, okay? And that is your third eye, right? Your third eye chakra. So what the heck is going on with this? And it's connected to the 6th level of your human energy field or your aura. Now this is supposed to look like beautiful streams of light radiating out in all directions, extending about 2.5 feet from the body. It contains all the colors of the rainbows. It's supposed to be this beautiful 6th level. And when it's healthy, it's bright, it's charged. The beams of energy stream out all directions. The more consciously aware we are in terms of human experience when this is nice, we are in the level of feelings within the world of our spirits, the level of divine love. Imagine that. We have divine love and our third eye, okay? It's supposed to bring, when we're in this energy and we're focusing on this layer of our aura, of all these colors and all the colors of the spectrum and the rainbow and all that sort of stuff, we feel this divine love. It brings great calming to the effect of the body. So it's experienced as spiritual love, as joy, as bliss. We reach this level of experience by silencing that noisy mind and listening, meditation, okay, chanting, doing your work, okay, is all connected here. So if your 6th level of your aura is a lot stronger than all the other levels, then spiritual experiences you may just use this to avoid life in general, right? So you may just expect life to take care of you as if you lived only in the spiritual world. This is when people who are away with the fairies, as they say, can't concentrate too easily, don't want to concentrate. This is also the energy of a mind that is always in spirit, a schizophrenic type of mind as well. may have trouble grounding into the physical body. It doesn't really want to be here. And then you find those who are Down syndrome and extra special needs energies. Children's are always out in this 6th level because it's nice being in that spiritual friendly realm, right? So, when this is unbalanced, okay, when this is not working very well, it's hard to speak the truth of your needs whenever they come up because you're not really in that vibration much of the time, so you just forget yourself. You say to yourself, oh, that doesn't really matter. But the 6th level has to do with feeling more than any kind of understanding. It'll simply be in states of ecstasy. They come and go. You're constantly changing in this flow, and it can be upsetting for you and for others. And what can happen is damage in this area can bring headaches, confusion, disorientation, brain disorders, and learning disabilities. So, these are the areas. They can also be damaged by being forced into spirituality or religion, maybe as a child or in a past life as well. Now, those who have trouble in this area may also have trouble with their actual eyesight, okay? So your eyesight, your third eye, your pineal gland, your ears, all the entire face and head area are connected into this 6th chakra. Now, if you are subconsciously away from your physical body, thinking or doing or meditating too much or out there all the time, switched on, as they say, then you will suffer on the physical level from not being fully engaged with it. In fact, rejecting it in some way, being afraid of what you might see here on the physical realms, or having dreams that were fearful in the past, or someone showing you some kind of act in front of you never want to see again, and maybe on a subconscious level or on a conscious level you may remember some things. And if your eyesight is failing, I can guarantee you that it's because of your pineal gland, okay, and other glands, that your pituitary gland as well, but it's because of this third eye burnout, okay? So what we're going to do now is we're going to imagine a blue-purple light, and we're going to breathe it in. Just imagine this blue-purple light breathing in here into your 6th chakra space between your eyebrows. And we see an angel of healing, of blue-purple colored angel standing in front of us, adjusting the frequency of your 6th chakra, removing any feelings of betrayal, removing feelings of fear of the earth, removing feelings of fear of what you might see or experience, removing feelings of fear of what might happen in the future. A fear of the future can shut down your eyesight quicker than anything else. So we're just going to let these angels work on this frequency for just a moment. So close your eyes. Really focus on your eyesight, releasing all of these fears, known and unknown. And imagine that all of your nervous system inside your brain, behind your eyes, all of the points behind your eyes are all getting fixed right now. Your eyesight is coming back into connection with your physical body. All right, we're just letting go of all of these things. If there's something that you don't want to see, remember that you can always be protected from that kind of thing. You can always ask to be protected and filtered from things that you don't want to see or that you don't need to see. Okay? Let the sensation roll over you. And we give the statement of, it is safe for me to see. I am protected on every level. All I need to do is ask. My eyesight is improving every second of every day. And if I am ever unbalanced in this energy, the angels of healing will remind me to bring myself more completely into my physical body and ground my energy. This area is balanced now and spun with pure white light, and the angels of the violet flame are transmuting any negative remnants, remember, any residue that's coming away from you, clearing this away and transforming it into positive energy as well. These issues are behind you. That was the old you. This is the new you. And now we move into the seventh chakra above your head, the crown chakra, and the seventh layer of the aura. Now, the seventh layer of the aura is connected to the divine mind, where you begin to understand a greater universal pattern. It's a reason for your being here. It's like your sole purpose in life. It's connected to everything. And of course, there are other chakras that go all the way into the universe and beyond. But for today, we're just going to focus on these ones. And it's how you know a deep sense of your purpose, a reason for being here, and the reason you experience that you're having a feeling of trust in that and trust in the divine. Now, when there are problems here, there's problems with a universal energy or God or whatever you want to call it. So spirituality, and you may feel like it's very, very hard because you don't seem to get a response. And the reason that you don't feel like you get a response is perhaps due to the fact that there's been damage done by authority figures in your life who you relied on to protect you, who you relied on to be strong. And maybe you were the one that had to be strong for your parent. Maybe you were the one that was taking care of everybody and everything. Or maybe your parent just wasn't around, one or the other or both. Maybe you were adopted, so therefore you don't really know how to trust anybody, because everybody abandons you in some way or another. The energy of frozen pain exists greatly in this seventh chakra and the seventh layer of the aura. And this frozen pain is an occurrence that happened when you were very young, that created a sense of abandonment or rejection or trust issues or pain or hurt in one way or another. And whenever that was experienced throughout your life, it felt like it was the first time that it ever happened because of this frozen time. And the experience just reopens and reopens, and we patch it up, and then it reopens again, the wounds. So the ability to have a connection with another human being and completely trust them may have been taken away from you, and therefore, when you're trying to connect into your spirituality, into your divine mind, you don't believe that it's going to be there because that's what you've experienced in the physical realms. So damage to the cords in the seventh chakra can result in depression, inability of the physical body's normal developments, headaches, extreme anxieties, and mental health issues as well. Right, all stemming from these damage that can occur. Now, sometimes they're damaged before you're even born, at conception or in the womb. Always related to difficulties with the incoming soul into the body as well. So retarded children, for example, Down syndromes, they have not been able to completely come down into their bodies. They seem to have a great deal of fear to do so. And they have to be completely connected into that physicality in safety. But one major reason why we may not have come completely into our bodies, we use the spiritual connection to escape from incarnation and avoid dealing with life as human beings on the earth right now. And we keep on shifting and going into the top of our head kind of energy. And it's a defensive mechanism, getting away from it all. Just going down and connecting in and, connecting with these particular chords and connecting with these particular experiences and just getting away from that level of awareness. And at the same time, the divine mind, where you begin to understand things, is completely distorted. But we need to understand this so that during the healing process we can gain this access to the seventh layer and we can be set free. So, if we see ourselves as always connected to a divine connection, not an earthly connection of our parents who may have let us down or abandoned us or sadly passed away. So we feel like every time we let our trust out, something comes to sweep it away from us. And this can be exacerbated by the other areas of your body going through their dysfunctions as well. So we need to understand the difference between our physical parents and our spiritual parents, and know that our spiritual parents are unconditional love. Nothing that you could have ever done, said, believed in, lived like, whatever it is, there's nothing that you could have ever done that would make them reject you. So even if your own physical parents here on this plane have rejected you in some way or hurt you deeply, that was the experience that you both had permission to do. You both had this connection that you needed to get through, karmically or otherwise. And their job was their job, and your job was your job. And when you can understand it like that, on that kind of level, it can repair a lot of things and help you to understand that you're in truth, our true parents, if you want to call it that, are unconditionally loving and will never reject you or abandon you, and never have. And that can be your new truth. Instead of feeling resentful and upset that your parents don't see you or understand you or connect with you, you can't tell them about your spiritual life, you feel all of those things. And this can be repaired. When the divine mind in your seventh chakra, your crown chakra, your seventh layer of your aura is dysfunctional, then you will go through anger, you will have chronic migraines, you will feel fatigued, you will feel like you want to cry all the time. All of your emotions were completely unbalanced because there's no release. Because you fear there never will be any release. No one will ever understand you. Until now, where you realize the divine, the universe, God, Mother God, whatever you want to call it, are connected with you with unconditional love now, then, and always. And then you can have healing, and you can understand when you're trying to escape by being out there and doing your thing and shutting the door behind you. Not that you can't have time to yourself, but that it's extremely important for this time to occur in balance. So this brings you a sense of serenity. When this is balanced, you feel like you can do anything. You feel connected to all that is. And you also feel connected to your physical body as well. And a serenity comes around you, a calm and a peaceful energy, and a knowing enters into your body. When you have a knowing that everything is going to be exactly how it's supposed to be, and that if you focus positively in every direction of your life, in every sphere of your chakras, in every placement of your auric field, and you continue to vibrate positively as much as you can, then it becomes a lot easier to function, because every aspect of your body, your mind, and your soul is in balance with itself. And if it's not, it's much easier to adjust it very, very quickly. This is why this healing needed to flow to you today. If you've taken something that you wish you hadn't taken, if you put something in your body that you felt pressured to do, if you had some kind of surgery that you regret, or even just surgeries in general, and you've never had any kind of healing from it on those deeper levels, then this is your time for renewal. And you open yourself up to a greater purpose in your life. So now with the Crown Chakra and the divine wisdom and divine mind, and this connection into these areas, we want to breathe in white light right now. And all the angels come forward now. All of your connecting angels and archangels, the cosmic physicians, everybody on your spiritual light team, move forward now to adjust the flow of energy and repair the seventh chakra and the seventh chakra and the seventh layer of the aura. And we're breathing in this beautiful white light now as the frequency is adjusted. And we know that we are on our life path. We are exactly where we need to be right now. There's no pressure to be, do, or have anything other than to feel at balance and at peace and feel healed within ourselves, understanding ourselves and all the different spectrums of the self. Allowing the light to come in through all different dimensions and dissolve all cording that's causing problems, things that you haven't even known about are released today. And these areas are balanced and spun with pure white light. And we hereby release any negative vibrations and anxieties now in all dimensions, in all areas, and we give permission for repair on the deepest levels, known and unknown, immediately, all directions of time and space, unlocking energy, releasing energy no longer needed from the circulatory, lymphatic, cardiovascular, digestive, endocrine, renal systems, the skin, the musculatory system, the skeletal system, the cellular system, our hormones, our lipids, all bodily functions and systems, both within our energetic frame and those that we had in past lives as well. And we bring forward our most healthiest self. We ask for our healthiest self to shine now, to stand in strength. We have no need for all of this old energy that was constantly dragging us down in one area or another, one place or another. And we ask for the angels and the cosmic physicians now to completely adjust and rearrange everything so that we are in the most beautiful phase, in the most beautiful light that we can be in. Balanced all the systems in the body, rejecting anything that's old and negative and stagnant, allowing a regeneration throughout our body, completely through all the systems that we have. That if there's anything that we have placed that is causing damage, that this be flushed out immediately, flushed out with love and light, with no damage to this physical, spiritual, and emotional and mental body. That our new life begins, that a new purpose begins to open. New careers, new positions on the planet, that the increase of abilities begin to flow, that the teacher emerges from within us, that our creative abilities are more fulfilled because we're connected with the Hara and our core star. Our auras are balanced, and our chakras and all the lesser chakras as well, all locations of energy that's stagnant are now flowing. And we know that this is done through all layers of our entire being, through all directions of time and space. And if anything becomes unbalanced, that we can easily correct it, easily have that intuitive knowing now. Bring ourselves into fullness and awareness, strong bodies, strong minds, capable people with our abilities flowing like never before. And we ask for this to be sealed in love and light, for the healing to continue as long as you need it, and that you can come back any time that you wish. And we wish love and blessings on all of you listening today. You are grounded and protected, and this energy is sealed in love and light. It is done, and so it is. And so be it, so be it, so be it. And we give thanks and amen to all those who are helping today, all directions of time. Much love to all of you. Bye for now.